Animism, they took that shit to anime. Since we got invaded by them folks that came from Central Bay. Hanging on my hands and now I native gotta pay to stay. Looking stupid bitches ain't got shit to do with JOA. Yeah, came across some Mexicans and they were selling gayo. Came across some Europeans, they were selling mayo. The world was in my head but I was playing hot potato. Yeah. Tell me what's the word of that? Grandma was that little girl that fell right on that turtle's back. She was planting seeds at that spirit tree with good comeback. Everybody clapping, that's the reason why I turned my back. Yeah, hurt people hurting back. Rejection at its finest. Look, I know a lot of people need protection from my guidance. Ain't no stressing when I'm flying. You can see me passing off, love nothing come close to the paramount arachnid swamp. You get lost in that the ride, never will the battle stop. Fucking with the violent shit on fire like the dragon stalk. Yeah, can't get you up out of the cage, you couldn't look like you didn't start it. And waiting for the end, you was making friends, then you realized you retarded. But I was flipping the blind and scholarship, back and forth to the motherland. You was complaining and hungry because you ain't had no corn in your tummy, man. Now I kept a corn, just a pepper can. And you ain't shit because ain't nothing aside. You was acting like a favorite cartoon or movie, you ain't got nothing in mind. You was lost to animism, they took that shit to anime. Since we got invaded by them folks that came from Central Bay. Hanging on my hands and now I native gotta pay to stay. Looking stupid bitches ain't got shit to do with JOA. Yeah, came across some Mexicans and they were selling gayo. Came across some Europeans, they were selling mayo. The world was in my head but I was playing hot potato. Goddamn. Get up off your back because you people not able. Everything I'm preaching, best believe it's not a favor. If your spirit need a jump, I'll give a spot like Taylor. Yeah, if you got leaders, I've seen a lot of demons, but it's not a reason that you think that you can start the seasons. Yeah, second spotter, I'm passing on that berry. A data on that pussy, treating like a massacre on that ferry. Girl, they acting like you scary. You already know that I'm coming to help. Girl, when you're dreaming, you running from demons, but listen, you really just running from self. Going through spiritual worlds, defeating the best, and I'm putting the money in my belt. I was just playing my hand with no thinking cards, so you can see that he was dealt. It was just straight up magic, disappear, action, any form I'll be touching a melt. I'm an angel like a messenger, but my message is never coming to mail. Yeah. Spirit animals is mannerisms. So beggars came over here, inverted animism and a paganism. Like animism, they took that shit to anime. Since we got invaded by the folks that came from Central Bay. Hanging on my hands and now I native gotta pay to stay. Looking stupid bitches ain't got shit to do with JOA. Yeah, came across some Mexicans and they were selling gayo. Came across some Europeans, they were selling mayo. The world was in my head but I was playing hot potato. Goddamn.
Over that now. We're gonna get into some goddamn real history in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Some real goddamn and we're gonna break down why Christianity is the go-to religion when it comes to colonizing the whole world through the lens of the British economy. We're gonna get into it real slick and legit. You know what I'm saying? Real slick and legit. We're gonna act like we got some common sense. We ain't gonna be retarded. We ain't gonna be no childish spirits, and we're gonna make everybody adults. And really don't go no further than that. If you thought it went any further than that, that's why you got mental illnesses, you retarded, and no matter what stage of life you in, or highest scale to the lowest scale, there's something you still need to evolve about yourself. Bars. You see what I'm saying? Real shit. So we're going to get it in real quick, and we're going to make sure you have a still spirit before you can even have a still body. And these are things that need to be in sync. And a lot of times y'all don't like to sync these things. So for the most part, you want to have some equilibrium balance in no mama, daughter, and all that. But for the most part, you want to make sure that you want to be in a situation where you have an equilibrium energy with your own holy, the external holy, and then you actually understand why things seem to be what they are from a starting point and us being in the current state as the outcome. And everything has to have the starting point for it to be a particular outcome. So you can't get lost in your foggy land and be like, well, things is this way because of this, and you miss the whole reason of the starting point of why it became to be. So a lot of times y'all be flunked out and don't be taking self accountability, or don't be even putting that accountability on other individuals who may need to take that. So you need to take that. Like P. Diddy case. Like I'm gonna sit around and talk about P. Diddy. In my motherfucking family. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember P. Diddy helping out no motherfucking tribes. I don't remember P. Diddy I don't remember him sounding like Martin Luther King have a dream and said these lands is on the dead blood soil of Native America. I don't hear him say that's what shit. Rest in peace, Martin Luther King and shit like that. P. Diddy could kiss my ass. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Kiss my ass. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in on none of that. How you know I ain't want Cassie's sister or something like? You know what I'm saying? Like I be thinking like stuff like that. Like I wasn't in on nothing. Don't involve me now. Include my public opinion. Last time I checked, it's like some toilet paper. You can wipe your ass with it. So we in a spiritual world. Somebody's toilet paper and shit must be better than somebody else's shit if we get cyber attacked. You know what I'm saying? Why you ain't go? Look, what make me eat don't make you shit. Once you go get some esoteric currency, food for thought, get full, get online without AI, and start eating the regular way and things of that nature, then maybe I might like your shit. Other than that, you just somewhere secretly hating on my shit. You know what I'm saying? I thought we was just all bullshitting here on Earth. Rest in peace, sitting bull. Yeah, so I thought we was just all bullshit, but shit, I start to see people think other people's shit more gold than others. Say, hey, I'm gonna start getting invested in what the shit is. What shit? So I'm with the shits then. I'm with the shits. What is that? Intellectual property? I'm with the shits. What is that? Creativity? I'm with the shits. You know what I'm saying? What is that? Motivational speaking? I'm with the shits. You know what I'm saying? I'm with the shits then. You know what I'm saying? Till you get better. Get your spiritual ass kicked. I don't really want to put on that. No, you got to come a little harder than cyber attack. You gotta come harder than that. You gotta get in the mind. Start reading more books. Y'all ain't reading enough books in the Vatican and stuff like that. So the book you got in the Vatican that y'all choose not to read, welcome to this live stream. How the Greek is basically goddamn settlers still in the Muskogee Creek as us trying to understand each other to make a pig gate language so you can understand as Native Americans. And then later on down the line, how we get this Hebrew, which is a combination of let's plagiarize the words on purpose. And the words we're plagiarizing, we're going to be them gods. So when you got like a Jesuit trying to be a chief over someone, and we're trying to help you understand our shit, Yahuwah, in your mind, you end up being like, well, y'all should worship Jehovah, our government system, and our white father, George Washington. And then for the most part, is and then now, if we don't want to get slaughtered or another tears of trails, so you know what I'm saying, or something like that. First, it started off as peaceful. We ran the churches and the schools because you on this land. So we taught you how to be on this land. It got ignorant. They brought freedmans and convinced them with money. Asian man convinced them with money. Arab jihad man convinced them with money. And we've been getting blown up ever since. So like that started 1700s. Don't ever get past that part. The 1600s, people were just coming over here being dirty, trying to live and learning our ways. And we was 2 million, 3 million people deep. The end. Don't ever go past that, or you allow somebody to change your culture history. All of our cultures. We need to protect all of our cultures. And ain't nothing wrong with that. How is that even a crime? Like, how is that even a sight? It ain't no crime, but the way we going in today's time, it is. They had thrown a book at you because you woke up. Say it'd be a live rapist out here, a whole live goddamn young school or church shooter out here, shit like that. They actually get a chance to defend themselves and shit. If they let you come up here and talk about you waking up, you done woke up. You know what I'm saying? You remember everything of that nature. You ain't even lose your language, and they thought you did. It's just shit. That's like the highest crime in the universe to them. Like it's weird. Shit that don't be mattering nothing. Things that don't be mattering nothing. They got the nerve to do cyber attacks. I said so the new criminals is mentally intelligent. You know what I'm saying? How's that? No, we ain't about to make that no. I don't care what y'all talking about. We ain't about to make that no new law. We see how y'all trying to do it right now. We see how y'all trying to slick. It's like slick. It's real slick if y'all catch it. Y'all high intelligence. The new crime you breaking or something like that. You got some new form of it. You can make a new mathematical. So you don't have to get lost in division Multiplication. As soon as you come talk about, I got cataclysm. Oh, here they come. You about to go to jail. They about to Dr. Sebi you. They about to do some narrative smear campaigns like they did Terrence Howard. They about to do everything in their book for you to just don't know what's going on and shit like that. Some whole new psyop for you to get 20,000 years. Man, nobody got time for that. That's for the children. Like, what examples did y'all set? I know y'all ain't set no example for nobody's children, and then for everybody to become 18 and think this about to be a normal thing, we got to feel comfortable with getting cyber attacked. And check yourselves now. Check yourselves. Things y'all doing, lost in your own mind based upon government and eyeball Queen Elizabeth stuff. You over exaggerating, giving your hand and giving your power away in ways you're not thinking about it. When you exercise your power, you do counterproductivity. For an example, right? We up here trying to raise kids or whatever. Y'all building personal animosity towards people and do a whole train wreck of dog pound psyops just for people, kids and relatives and other people and things of that nature. Look at it for everybody to be like, ain't my kid ain't participating with. I'm not about to have it just some normal shit that my kid got to sit here and worry about being psyoped and worried about being scammed when they turn 18. If y'all live showing yourselves as an example right now of doing that to the people, how's y'all exercising that shit? That's criminality for real. That's low-key criminal. We ain't about to make it look like how y'all making it look like, because y'all in y'all mind above some, thinking y'all above the law, and y'all law itself is bullshit based upon just white superiority or however the case may be. But we're going to come to reality a little bit. We ain't about to sit here and act like practicing cyber attacking or coming as a fake page in any capacity ain't a form of a crime. That's criminality. Practicing folly shit. You know what I'm saying? That's actually criminality. And then scams. And ain't nobody about to be raising no damn kids for them to prepare to get online at 18 and even have social media things going on and even have a business and have these damn apps that charge and things of that nature, and then have a whole psyop put on them live from the government that made it itself and shit like that. Nobody got time for that. We're raising kids in this world to be right and shit like that. If y'all can't be right adults or whatever, just get this spiritual ass kicking and shit like that. See, you see how they showing y'all how they don't give a fuck right now, how they leaving that lone stuff in the chat, and they've been on my chat for 10 years. So it's showing you the United States government is racist. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever forget that. And all y'all kids, y'all see that. Y'all adults, everybody, you know what I'm saying, celebrities and whoever y'all know already. So let's not, and then even the other content creators I even talk to, y'all don't go that hard on them. So there's some live racist shit, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can't even put no situation like, well, we're self-reflecting or whatever the case may be. You on my page for 10 years and me straight up talking about astrology and a lot exposing y'all and still coming in peaceful energies, and then y'all just constantly don't stop and go hard with it and all those other areas that it's just really the United States government that everybody else already know, and extreme energies you did on me, it is documented. Like that's criminal. I don't know why y'all think that's necessarily some comfortable thing and somebody just about to be sitting around. Like, you think I'm in this world just like everybody else? You think I want to get up here online? That's why I go as hard now as what I'm going on as far as that government shit. Because you think somebody want to get online and experience racism every day, and then every day that goes on for 10 years, you have to experience someone saving face but still doing it. So they're trying to update new ways of doing the same thing. But in all actuality, it's this year after year of year after year after year after year of racism. Nobody wants to get online and experience someone exercising racism every time they're online. And y'all don't do that as hard that y'all be doing on other people and stuff like that. So y'all be doing some psyop where y'all trying to make the whole world secretly about me in some way, shape, or form. And y'all trying to put it in a way like that's not obvious. But anybody who got common sense see the government is online and they're singling out content creators, and y'all doing it 85% towards me. Every other content creator know that. Everybody in the world, it's like y'all are, I don't know what y'all got lost in or something like that, but it's weird. That shit is weird. And y'all don't, that's against the law. Y'all don't need to be online building personal vendettas towards strangers and then try to save face to make it seem like the content creator is the one developing the content and y'all causing individuals to have content and things of that nature. In that type of capacity, because y'all keep trying to save face to keep trying to do it in ways to make it seem like it ain't the government. Try to make it seem like it's this college kid. No, We are college kids is our cousins, our siblings, a lot of people's parents, a lot of people's nieces, nephews. You cannot use that. Y'all not part of the people like that. So every time y'all get up here and exercise, which y'all take our tax dollars to do some pervert shit, that's what's weird. I'm an adult. It ain't what you think y'all doing. How y'all sitting around like, well, let's just troll him and let's just bother him because there's some online type of thing. No, this is reality, real life. People taking care of real things, and nobody got time to be getting online to be experiencing white racism from strangers, and because they keep trying to update and hide the fact that people do videos like mine in the first place because y'all started it. Not no, oh, we're just reflecting him. No, you're reflecting yourself. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Y'all just get y'all spiritual ass kicked every time y'all keep doing weirdo shit. That's weirdo. No grown adults should be into stuff like that. And this takes us as a good synchronicity to the topic. This is what white boy been doing since the beginning of time. Taking people's stuff and trying to play it. So when they came over here and try to interact, people who was trying to relate the most, not be civilized, relate the most, then you will get like the Creek. It's a different name, but the Muskogee Creek. And then for the most part, during those times in the 1600s and things of that nature is when the Greek, what they're calling Greek now, is Creek. Is this once white man downsize after we already built something, bring others in and create some type of manipulation or some type of health problem or whatever the case may be, then they can claim the name. So this where because look, this is how you make sense out of everything, right? If things is something that was created in Israel, why would it be talked about in America? Right? And then when you think about Christopher Columbus, psyop, right? If they speak Spanish, Indian is not a Spanish term. So them calling anybody in East Asia or the Indus River Indian wouldn't have even been a thought. So you will be able to go right now and type in the people of East Asia. Ain't none of them called Indians. They all have their tribe. And most of them is Arabian and things of that nature. So this lets you know they're using Native American shit to colonize the world. So let's get that first and foremost. They exercise Old Testament shit in America and then added the spiritual shit to it, and that became the New Testament based on the interaction with the native. So when we talk about Israel, the practice of Israel, what they did without a God, this was the new world, and they're trying to bring Israel over here. So the Assyrians is bringing Israel over here. So the people who mix in with the people over here is who's plagiarizing as Jews. But for the most part, it's the Native Americans who are civilized. So when we get into the Muskogee Creek, before we get into the Hebrew, this was this specific, based upon interacting with the Iroquois and having dealings when they start beefing with the other tribes, like the Creek and things of that nature, because of that coon energy started and stuff like that. But we all try to protect our lands, which eventually we all came together anyway. We realized white boy is just manipulative. You know what I'm saying? At least dumb group. You know what I'm saying? We dealing with some new type of entity now, but for the most part. So now, as we got smothered in by the seven powers, so the West Coast, when we get to the Southwest and Texas and Colorado and stuff, right? They got invaded by Spanglers, right? And it's like Spanish and stuff. Then on the East Coast, Italian, we got that came a little later, but we got attacked by England, French, British, and a whole bunch of other stuff. The Mayflower Pilgrims, they was the saved spirits, like the Jesuits and stuff like that. So on the East Coast, and then once we already colonized, we get to the early 1800s. Here is the development of Hebrew, where you're dealing with the Native Americans here. You're here now, flooded us from a century now. And you got a lot of others here, foreigners, freedmans, agents, and everybody working on railroad tracks and stuff like that, because we was the ones helping the freedmans out of the railroad tracks and things. Thanks so much for the cash app, Ben. So for the most part, here's where you get the 5 civilized tribes to be the police and military to civilize the other tribes anytime they want to fight. This takes us into Tuscarora joining the Haudenosaunee, not really the Iroquois, or the Yamasee shit, the Seminole shit. But before we get there, when we get to Chickasaw, Choctaw, and especially with Chickasaw, a lot of times, a lot of those tribes that came together to be Chickasaw was beefing. Like a lot of tribes start beefing with Cherokee, along with us Catawbas, because they was like the last coons, the last people trying to do things the way the Jesuits and the United States government and England people trying to, and British people trying to confuse us to be. But British kind of just allowed them to do these things at this time. You know what I'm saying? Based upon establishing their order, getting rid of most of the Native Americans. So that's once we lead to that. Their father beating our father. George Washington beating our Wakantaka. You see what I'm saying? So now we get into, let's use all what we learned from all the tribes, from the West Coast, from the Great Plains, Great Lakes, all the way to the Great Basins that covered all the America, Central, Southern, and Northern, including Canada. And for the most part, and the Caribbeans on the South. And deep in the West Coast and like Peru and stuff. But for the most part, and let's make a Pig language with the last natives we have left, right? So this become Hebrew. So when you get into things like Catawba or Cherokee and things of that nature, or even Ojibwe, and a lot of these is what Hebrew is, but at this time they already have their establishment, like a get down, lay down. So Catholic churches, Masonic lodges. So it's already, yeah, I'm playing God kind of thing. So Yahlahue turns into Jehovah, and whatever Jesuit was running that group of tribes, that's Jehovah. See what I'm saying? Now, as we go through century and century and century, I mean, not century and century, decade. Right now, we're in the 21st century, right? So this is just 2 grandmothers ago. We're in a situation where they have a book going, where after you in the cult, when one died, you take the person's place. But you're taking an old Native American position, like the war chief, sachem or something, and remixing it with British cod and shit, right? Of how y'all create military and shit, how they create military. So here's how you get the Hebrew language just now being used to colonize Israel and colonize India and colonize Africa, and everybody just getting lost in the Abrahamic language. It's after they're updating it with the spiritual qualities and interacting with the Native Americans. So they got everybody worshiping the quality of our spiritual culture that made us fight, but then they plagiarize it, the name on purpose, because you worship someone in the cult of Jesuit or Masonry. And that's when you start to use these Abrahamic names and a Demotic language and pharaohs. So pharaohs, the Demotic language, and all the titles in the Bible is Jesuits and Masons playing this in government, and they got the concept itself from how we cultivated our government over here without them. But the Old Testament, they rewrote that too. But it ain't had nothing to do with a God itself until they interacted with us. And then you get these terms that ain't even a lot of Arab shit. They just mixing these people up too. It was just white man playing God. The Old Testament. If you get an Old Testament, like an old one, that ain't the Septuagint or whatever the case may be, because Septuagint is an updated version after the New Testament already made, and they already copying Native. The whole New Testament is about Native Americans. We the beast of the field, the talking animals. So when you understand each animal, those are Native American tribes and things of that nature. Now, and we had 7 main players over here that connected as a band of all the tribes, of how we had our extensions for us to have a united language also, even though if you come as a foreigner and interact with a specific tribe and you think that language is different than another. We had sign language and actual language that blended in together with our own form of pig leg and things of that nature, because a lot of family is mixed in anyway. We're not practicing incest. So we've been having our own trade routes and traveling from the Great Plains, Great Lakes. And we used to all meet in the Pueblo lands down there and stuff like that, like the whole continent. That was a thing. That because the trade route, you get places faster on the river and the river routes than y'all being on these bridges and roads and shit like that. You're going around establishments and forts. I still live in a fort, y'all. I still live in the same type of shit. I was that. But at the same time, you gotta understand that's you travel faster. Like you get to Mississippi from Ohio way faster from the river route than the road. I can get to Indiana way faster. I get to Detroit way faster on the river route. Because all you're doing is going along the line. You know what I'm saying? So it's taking you in between what y'all consider y'all having a drive through as the city. You're cutting in between that. So let's say you need to go, you're Ohio, you need to go to Philadelphia or Lenape-Hoking or Manhattan. That's New York. That's what we call New York. Then for the most part, the way y'all driving on the freeway is going around establishments and mountains, but the river cut in that. It cut in between that, so it cut the time in half too. Now here's the thing: the only reason the time may still almost get to the same distance because of the speed. But when you got steamboats and shit like that, like what they brought over here before the wheel and things of that nature, shit, that's how motherfuckers was coming and chasing Native Americans down and shit like that when they was starving them and shit like that. You get a damn good steamboat and shit like that, man. You across the whole damn Great Lakes in a good day. You cross the whole Great Lakes in one good day in this motherfucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Real shit, get Ohio. Say go straight to goddamn Illinois, Indiana. Go down and you go to Mississippi and shit like that. All kind of shit. Go all the way down to the Carolinas, Georgias, or if you go that other way. So you got to understand the map on my album cover is different than the map y'all got today. The map y'all got today X out the routes that match. If you got GPS, you on that. But if you know the back way of everything, like for an example, it like you might go on GPS, and if you where I'm at, it take you a whole hour to get to Erie land, Cleveland, Cat Nation land, and shit like that. But I know the route that it only take me 45 minutes to get there, and things of that nature. So, but at the same time, your GPS wouldn't even know that route because it's not programmed for them streets. It's not programmed. It's programmed for whatever the GPS programmed it. So whoever got some money behind it and getting taxes, and whoever live in that area in the Magic Square working at the businesses to get these people paid, these masons and paid and shit. Like, so you know what I'm saying? Thanks so much for the cash app. I couldn't see the name. So, look, but we gotta make things reality. Let's stop making things spooky because we gotta come to some peaceful energies and stuff like that. Like we ain't nobody in no energies of, oh, I woke up, let's fight. No, I woke up, let's become adults. So words can't be scary. You know what I'm saying? Our feelings about stuff can't be scary. That's the only way anything gonna change and stuff like that. And people don't get big headed and use forceful stuff for stupid reasons. You know what I'm saying? Regardless what a person personally feel about me, I bet you I ain't got no crime sheet. Regardless how a person think I look, I'll beat your ass though. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he gay or whatever. Like shit, think I'm gay in this. You get hit with a stiff punch. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. But that's just for anybody. That's this adult. That's for anybody. That ain't towards no government. That ain't towards nothing. That's be towards your next door neighbor. Everybody gotta get towards a space where you keep your hands to yourself. It ain't that in the first place, and we shouldn't be thinking about each other like that. You know what I'm saying? And the spookism of not being able to be who you are, that got to go though. That got to go. I don't know where that came from. You're not allowed to be who you are. Where did that come from? Like, where did that come from? And they used to do that to everybody. They did that to us Native Americans. They did that to Africans over there, stuff like that. And you start speaking your language. You start doing your dances, your ghost dances. You might not have a kneecap tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Next week, 100 of us might get killed, bullets flying everywhere and shit like that. And we up under a white peace flag. Ha! Like, how? There's just some secret narrative just happened. Well, we just gonna lock him up. He was drunk that day. Nobody told him to give those orders or something like. And the end. Dude get out secretly 3 weeks and stuff like that. Nobody know and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that used to happen. Y'all need to know that happened. That happened numerous times. Numerous times. That type of stuff just don't go away. And then if somebody's saying it and then not even, ain't in no harmful energy, everybody speaking peace, I mean, that should be respected. Man, all that cyber shit, man, that's for the birds. The cyber shit for the birds, man. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? That ain't about nothing. That's phony. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, man, everything can be better. Laws, circumstances, situations, and shit like that. And people, we have to get this clear. That's why, what they call that, delineation or delineation. That I'm good. I'm glad that happened because I've been teaching that before that y'all started doing these things. I was telling y'all that's get ready to come because it's showing live and comparing and contrasting who got what with their culture. Like, and why things sprung the way off that they sprung off anyway for anybody culture on anybody continent and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? People gonna have to start taking accountability for their own negativity and actions. Like you can't cover it up with anything in today's time. You can't hide it. You know what I'm saying? You come in the layer that you're making up your mind. We all make up our mind before our actions. We was at a time where we ain't look at that like that was the thing we doing. But I mean, I always thought about it like that since I always been here. But for the most part, humans have became more evolved now in this new shift. You're starting to be more aware of that now. So these are things that y'all got to do. And wasting your time on not doing that on outdated things is what's causing problems. Like y'all got to get a better, pay attention to better stuff, get busy with other things and stuff of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all would have been even to, and this for everybody, but even going back to the white boy, y'all would have been teaching this. Y'all know the Hebrew language is based upon like any sentiments like to leave it up to me on some real shit. Everything should be free for Native Americans. Everything should be free. It should be some free type of way for us to start some business. There should be some free type of way if I want to do music. It should be a studio where a white man savior already there, or use the free man to do it, or some church. You know what I'm saying? Some church or something like that. These things, it'll never be no discrepancies or any. Those are like little simple things. No, you ain't got to get no big old liberation or stuff. People trying to get out they live. Y'all could pick small little Native Americans that's trying small because they don't want to be in them sick ass spoiled poison in the air on purpose electromagnetic reservations and shit like that is gonna disappear at 19 years old anyway. And then for the most part freemans and shit like that that's crying about liberation and respiration. Man, y'all don't even gotta go that deep. Y'all can straight up just be looking at individuals that's trying in some way and put them in a position. Leave it up to us to help our people. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't have to hear about nothing and shit. That let you know shit ain't trying to be done. Don't nobody got to spend no couple trillions on a whole bunch of retards and shit like that. You could spend a couple million that are spread out as a couple 100,000 towards individuals that are just get uncrippled and we know how to duplicate. I wouldn't recommend putting no money in no hands of a whole bunch of people that look at it like a lottery ticket anyway. That's gonna buy some Jordans. But y'all know people like me and other free man and stuff like that that's online. And if y'all can find some other Native Americans, though, but you got me, or however the case may be, y'all know that should be done with something like that. That y'all, all that shit that y'all going out exercising y'all power, y'all ain't even got to do. We check our own areas, and should we check our own, just the way we look, the way we move, make a person be like, why is I'm doing what I'm doing? Y'all the only ones got to exercise using nightsticks and stuff like that. We the ones who got all the game bangers online. Shout out to all y'all, all y'all. Y'all know who y'all are. All y'all powerful content creators that got a purpose, no matter we get shadow banned or not. We know the real purpose when we cut the live stream on. I mean, when we cut the live stream off, what we actually is having to see and deal with every day that's more important. Children, other people's kids. Picking our kids and kid up at schools and dealing with teachers and the white boy that's in the world with us that's just helping us and stuff like that. And we fixing each other's cars and we working in mechanics together and stuff like that. And the Asians and stuff like that. We know that's a total different world than when we get online, get cyber attacked and see all these damn TikTok comments and shit like that and things. We know this is it's something different. And we like, why ain't something that's putting so much importance into this ain't putting importance into the shit we seeing? And then when we get up here and kick the shit we seeing to help us out, it's seen as negative towards the military. That's weird. That's weird to me. We ain't doing nothing but protecting our people, our family, our elders, the people y'all actually trying to sell something to. So whose side you think they gonna take? That don't even make no sense. That's like blocking somebody's niece or nephew and then y'all try to throw a little Uzi Vert in our face. Man, the person that's the peer in the age group of Lil Uzi Vert to the adult, to the people who younger than Lil Uzi Vert, automatically gonna shut that shit down. Lil Uzi Vert ain't gonna be able to sell another record. This the time we dealing with. Y'all got to start respecting powerful spirits is back. The ancient spirits is back. We don't deal with whatever I gotta make a game only I can win in type shit. We don't even play the game then. If it's gonna be bullshit, if it's gonna be some shit that, oh, it's just video games, man, we back to goddamn warrior spirit and carving out our spirit up to be for great spirit, for the God. We ain't got time to be dealing with no childish shit. That's childish. We too old to be acting like we in high school. And for that to be so invested into law and politics. There's too much high school tactics involved in government. So that leads me to feel like I'm not safe. I don't like feeling like I'm not safe. And what I'm speaking, to be highly attacked and personally vendettalized, like there's a personal vendetta against me, it just looked like that y'all horny again. Y'all like to cosplay as Native Americans, and now y'all like to cosplay as freedmans. And now when the freedmans is waking up, y'all ain't got nobody to cosplay, so y'all just doing a whole bunch of weirdo shit. And it don't look like nothing else but that. But y'all, if y'all gonna be running government or something like that, y'all need to start paying more attention to that. Start learning how to, if you need a calculator, I got a calculator or something like that, because y'all don't know how to deal with money. You know what I'm saying? It's a little dusty. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how to deal, but I got a calculator. You know what I'm saying? It worked. It worked. It worked. And go get you a calculator if y'all don't know how to deal with money still. You know what I'm saying? Y'all thinking about other stuff too much. It seems like y'all don't know how to deal with money, though. Y'all need to pay more attention. Look, instead of taking everybody taxes and blowing it on sex dolls and doing cyber attacks and shit like that, go learn how to do something so we don't hear nothing about no terrorists or anything, nothing like that. Go learn how to deal with money. Because it don't seem like y'all doing nothing else but scamming and attacking people that speak up against things that's part of y'all scamming. And y'all don't want people to wake up to y'all scamming. That's almost like how Nick Cannon or somebody got fired. Let's really add nuance to that. I mean, he got suspended. And he ain't nobody either. He probably was in on it. It ain't got nothing to do with somebody's business. So that's like negative in general. Like nobody give a fuck about that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all better be some well civilized adults. In some case, maybe like, are y'all over exaggerating things? It don't even make no sense. And if we're gonna be lost in over exaggeration, man, that shit working on other continents. Here you're gonna have some common sense. I'm saying real shit. Like y'all gotta have some common sense or some shit like that. Like y'all can't just keep being a little homie in the spiritual world. Stop getting little homie in the spiritual world. Anytime you exercise self-projecting because you ain't self-reflect the right way, obviously y'all copying Hindu practices ain't working. You know what I'm saying? All that shit y'all copying ain't working. So it's just like now y'all want people to suit y'all pride or remind people that you in rulership. That just ain't just somebody signing a piece of paper and making a business around minerals of people's lands and stuff like that. But at some point, that don't mean nothing if you ain't created. So if you can't create nothing in the land, if you can't build nothing in the land yourself, and you need others, you're worthless. The end. If it take other people for any symbolization, colonization, if it take other people for that to work, you're trash. The end. We're not about to make anything else important. We're not about to cope with, well, I came up with this idea to be able to do it and it worked, so this is what makes me intelligent. No. People wanted jobs. The end. If a person ain't got no job or no common interest in it, and it's just purely off of religious belief, you ain't gonna have no numbers. I'm sorry. Or it would be no such thing as all these foreigners being over here in the first place. So keep that in mind. Y'all are lost in the mind on things that don't mean anything. Just get more relatable. I don't understand. Shit, hands dusty for that damn calculator. Because I got the calculator in my mind. I know all the mathematicals. You know what I'm saying? All the mathematicals and things of that nature. But yeah, y'all stop exercising, become an adult. That ain't the right way to exercise y'all racism and shit like that. Because eventually it just look criminal. You know what I'm saying? It just look like y'all online doing scams and stuff like that. And shit that, and that's like criminal. No, and don't blame it on no college kids or anything like that. Don't blame it on nobody in India. You know what I'm saying? These are people in America that work in government. Probably some of the people y'all be seeing on some of these news channels. Because ain't no way y'all just sitting there flooding people doing that type of shit. And that ain't criminal. That's criminal. I'm a motherfucking adult. I ain't no damn kid. Fuck y'all think y'all talking to? Who you think y'all dealing with? You are a stranger to me. So don't get online every day. And it been past that. Things I'm saying is over redundant. But I'm in reality. Like, every time you get on my shit, no matter if you change the name, the character, the caricature, or what, or whatever, you just showing me you have a personal vendetta. What kind of personal vendetta you got? I don't know you. You don't know me. You don't know me personally to have no personal vendetta based off some online shit. So for you to be on my page 10 years plus and be the whole fucking government, y'all need to be busy with something else and stop giving your power away. The end. It really don't go no further than that. And y'all just setting the example for what other people can see and what we don't want our kids to participate with. The end. Anything else you thought you was doing it for, y'all are out of your minds. Y'all are out of reality. Y'all don't even care about your own kids. You must don't care about people, your own next door neighbor or something like that. Like y'all not in reality. Y'all too lost into a book and thinking y'all controlling people, and people out here is dealing with their life. I'm saying that you controlling and trying to put people in frustration to need money or something like that. That's as far as y'all can go. But it's not how y'all think it is in y'all mind. In y'all mind, y'all sitting around thinking this would make y'all gods. That's what makes it weird to me. Yeah, it's like y'all just in some made up shit. It's just some made up shit. And they make it seem like we supposed to not know that's what they're doing and that's how they think. Like that's childish. It's like y'all Harry Potter. You got like Harry Potter brains. You're always observing somebody else shit and then trying to do it for yourself and over exaggerate what you think you're doing in your mind. That's what created hell in the first place. You're out of your minds. That's like weird. I never look at any of y'all shit like it's a form of intelligence. It make me look at the whole CIA as a made up job. Then it make me look at the FBI as a made up job. So now when I go down that train of thought and line of reasoning, it's based on creating crime, creating problem and solution. So that's the main fascists who create problems and solutions. They dump guns and drugs in the area, then use that as a way to wipe people out. The way they've been creating immigration of how they was taking taking the Native Americans out. So now I don't even. So now that's a made up job. It's an extension of the government being criminals and being a mafia and things of that nature. And they ain't supposed to be allowed to be raiding nobody's whole village and street and God, they ain't allowed to be doing no shit like that. That's this white man exercising power and trying to make it seem like it's supposed to be normal in the world and what we would do if we ain't had no type of government or whatever like that. But everybody knows, to everybody's goddamn family reunion, to barbecue, to people faking each other's cousin to show up at the barbecue. Bitch, we don't need y'all to create no type of form of establishment where crimes will be lessened. We out here doing stop the gun violence things, all kind of shit. Stopping people from being retarded, actually whooping off in the ass of rapists and stuff like that. Man, anytime y'all get called, y'all don't come to party about 2 hours later. The crime done happened already. Y'all don't be doing nothing unless it's a crime invested into government, politics, and business. That's the only time y'all popularize something or whatever the case may be. Y'all ain't shit. And y'all ain't about to sit up here and act like y'all are. I'm tired of that shit. Because y'all be having like, y'all act like y'all be having like some type of higher moral ground. We're in a land where there's no morality even being expressed. Get the fuck out of here. And then be trying to, and then do secret psyops because you could tell in y'all mind, y'all think that whatever content creator, it's just y'all don't want to get talked against because y'all doing all the evil. That's it. It don't be having nothing to do with nothing else and shit like that. So don't ever confuse that shit. U.S. government is practicing criminality towards their own citizens at the moment. So we ain't really they citizens in their mind. We're just freelancers, and we supposed to act like that we their citizens, and they get the behind closed doors act like we just freelancers. That's the limbo they want us to be in. They want us so anytime they want to do, you know what I'm saying? They be making things so obvious because they unintelligent. You don't be singling out nobody for years and shit like that, and don't think that people see that as a personal vendetta, and then you did the whole damn government. That's weird. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make people who think they're Americans, like all these foreigners in the world, and just everybody who here, y'all make everybody think like we ain't got nothing to do with y'all shit, and y'all using y'all shit against us. So why should we care about anytime y'all mention in China, anytime y'all mention in Israel or something like that? Like that's the position y'all put us in. Y'all put us in a position where y'all up here broadcasting, spending all our tax dollars on these news channels, talking about Palestine and things of that nature, and we all looking at y'all. Like, we looking at y'all like, what is y'all doing? Why is y'all exercising y'all shit on us and using our tax dollars to do it? Like that's literally where we at right now. Like I don't know I don't know who's these people audience. I don't know who these people audience, but we know that we're their audience. So they're the audience for us. But we damn sure ain't their audience. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they just give their power away and shit like that. So all y'all content creators, y'all start getting extreme psyops at one time and things of that nature, but that's the government. I mean, you already know that, but I'm just saying, like, you got the question. Go beyond being a kid and you just think, okay, you're online. And become an adult and start to think, like, why is grown as adults clinging themselves to you and you a stranger, and then they're acting like they got a personal vendetta to you, and they don't even know you personally. And then you'll start to see a lot of it is based on things they have done. They ain't mean for it to go that far, but they can't stop doing it. So they're doing it in a way to make it seem like you're the reason why they're doing this right now. And then in the middle of that, to try to remix it, to try to make it seem like it could just be college kids or some shit like that. But no, we are adults, man. Like, people is adults. Do y'all understand that? Like, that's like weird. Like, when I get online and I talk, it's like my break time and things of that nature. It seemed like it's the feds' work time. So they go to work when people get online to go on break. You can't even have a regular job in your life and you're a content creator. You have to go on break and be off to go online. When you go on break from real life and go online in the cyber world, we got people who are lost. Their world is the cyber world and they go to work. So that's what we seeing. Like, it's retarded. So they create all kind of scams, copy people like me and other people, make fake pages about it, and there's always some type of scam or whatever the case may be. So y'all gotta watch that shit and things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, these don't be real people. They be trying to create little psyops. Like, I wish they would create another story around Dan Rasad Jamal, and it's these people doing that themselves. So y'all watch these bitches and these dudes that's online that be trying to act like me and other real content creators that you know how to genuinely connect with and things of that nature. And then I'm telling you to try to meet up somewhere or some shit like that. And then the white boys that sit up there trying to make a news narrative like it's content creators like me and other people that's leading people to be disappearing and stuff like that. That's them. That's the government, man. That's criminal. That shit is criminal. Like, you're trying. That's like a undercover cop trying to dump a whole bunch of dope on someone who ain't got no dope in their trunk or whatever the case may be when they pull them over based upon a personal vendetta. So they doing it with narratives and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy as hell. Don't be trying to sing. Don't be making me no motherfucking target. Fuck wrong with you? Like, y'all crazier than a motherfucker. That's that white boy shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, hell nah. Y'all take that shit back to Europe or Australia or some shit. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? You don't let no grown stinking ass man, no stinking ass woman sit up here and be writing shit down to create a narrative on anybody and anybody's family and shit like that and things of that. These people ain't our fucking family and shit like that. That's fucking ignorant. That's some ignorant ass motherfucking shit. These people ain't your, that let you know in your mind. Don't be trusting no motherfucking body and things of that nature. Hell motherfucking no. That's ignorant. Don't ever put that in your mind like that's something positive, whatever the case may be. They may think that's positive because they doing it as a team. But you bet not be nowhere sitting around thinking that's something motherfucking positive and you should start exercising that even on your own people. You know what I'm saying? You don't play nobody else game either. You don't start exercising that on them. You let them just bury themselves or however the fuck they doing or whatever case may be. You be with the great spirit. But don't ever sit nowhere and think that's something positive to do. That ain't never nothing. That ain't never cool. That ain't never positive in this motherfucking shit. You know what I'm saying? That's ignorant as hell. Motherfuckers sitting around, white boys at that, a white woman sitting around because they think they in government and creating ways to create psyops and narratives where, no, who cares about your lame ass opinion in the first place? You lame as hell. Ain't nothing you can tell me to make me think something wrong with me. I don't even care about you that much to sit to tell you what's right or wrong about you. I'm speaking to my people. Y'all coming up here creating personal animosities and shit. That's weird as fuck. Be an adult. That don't make no sense. But I know that's ignorant. Ain't nothing gonna tell me that's not ignorant. That's just being a motherfucking adult. And I refuse my child or anybody else kid to have to grow up in a world where y'all creating a system that we gotta oblige with as far as pay property and do all these things, and y'all making everybody even have to pay bills online and shit like that, same way people do applications and shit like that. That look like people kids becoming 18 having to fill out applications and things of that. Don't nobody got time to be having these people see us get cyber attacked and shit like that, and you think that it's comfortable for motherfucking children to come up in a world like that and things of that nature because y'all fucking ignorant in y'all minds. You just ignorant. Stop mixing that with things y'all have written down in laws or whatever, the punk ass shits. You will fucking ignorant ass humans. The end. Nobody want to sit up here every day, month after month, day after day, year after year, for y'all to exercise y'all fucking racism and get rich off us too. The fuck kind of shit is that? That's bullshit. Fuck wrong with y'all? That's crazy as hell. Don't make no motherfucking sense. And shit up here got the nerve to be on news channels making narratives about shit that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, and terrorists and shit. Nobody give a fuck about that shit at this point. You better become a motherfucking adult. Go back to some damn school. Who gave y'all ribbons and badges for y'all to be in a position to practice pervert shit? Anybody sit there and make about 10, 7 fake pages and shit like that to flood somebody's goddamn page. If that ain't criminal, I don't know what the fuck is. And ain't nobody about to have their fucking kids in that damn shit. That's retarded. You don't be no grown stinking ass fucking man with Batman draws and magical draws and handshakes and shit like that, and you spend your time on cyber attacking. What the fuck is wrong with you? Go take care of something that actually has something to do with government. The fuck? We ain't about to make this part of the government and we have to be okay with this. No, I'm not okay with this. We ain't about to have no kids growing up and they got to be subjected to that and get scammed like credit cards and interest fees and stupid ass shit and things of that nature. Y'all get the fuck on with that scamming ass goddamn shit and be fucking adults. All that symbolism and words and shit like that. Go to hell with that yourself with that shit and wipe my ass with that shit. You gonna be a fucking adult or not? Or we just about to see y'all keep practicing racism. That's it. It don't go no further than that. You a human who practice racism. That's it. All them laws and bullshit ass culture shit is racism. It ain't nothing else. We ain't about to create no narrative about we should think this, we should think that, we should be tired of talking about no, you racist. Or just get the fuck out the way and stop talking then. The fuck? Shit weird. You people are unintelligent. In weirdo ass positions to make yourself feel like you intelligent. You're not. Now for the most part. Like, so when it comes into the Hebrew language itself is a constellation of a whole bunch of Native American languages put in one gumbo pot and plagiarized for each person in government to play those actual gods that is plagiarized in some J or V letter or some goddamn shit. So now it ain't Yahuwah, it's Jehovah. And now since y'all don't know where the language and the meaning come from, you don't know we talking about things in the land, and that taps us into the Great Spirit as one Unelehe. So for the most part, Unehe Lenehe. So for at some point they put us into a situation where that you don't know what's going on, and then you'll be worshiping a whole bunch of dead Native American spirits and shit like that. You talking about you got the Holy Ghost. You know what I'm saying? Talking about you got the only damn holy Unelehe, my bad. Yeah, Unelehe. You'll be somewhere in a situation thinking that you got the Holy Ghost and you start speaking in tongue, and it's white man saying that in their mind they worship me, and this person just think they doing what we wrote down, what we was witnessing the Native Americans actually doing when we had them first establishing the churches and shit like that, so we can understand some establishment and agreements with each other. You know what I'm saying? So and we was actually knowing what we're saying and speaking to, not talking Bible when we saying hallelujah and things of that, and abracadabra and stuff like that. That's Native American tongue and stuff. So Hallel, east, you and Yahuwah, east, south, going to the west as a hook. So hallelujah, that's what we're speaking to. The image in your mind is the sun coming down and swooping you up, so you're not in the low waters and your spirit get up in the higher waters. So that's what you're experiencing. Hallelujah. But you are just a weirdo ass foreigner Christian, whether you Arab, whatever you think you is, and you got this other type of concept in your mind that the white man replaced, and your image is a white man construct. For an example, when y'all have y'all religious debates, right? You'll have a religious debate, and since y'all using the English language and shit like that, your whole concept is a white man construct. So would you even think about it? You don't got the right mathematical construct in your mind. You're thinking about what the white man made up. So in your mind, when you start to speak the English and then have the images that come from it for you to speak it, you in white man's world. So y'all wouldn't even know that. And I use that as a prime example. Hallelujah. When you do it, you in a white man's world. You would have never known that was Native American terminology. You would have never knew that was Hallel and Yahuwah, and you would think that's some Arab shit too. No, they colonized all y'all with some shit that all the way to Indian. They wasn't speaking that. We gave that as the pig language because we was in the gen or in the in. We're not outsiders. We're already in with other people trying to get in. So it's just a lack of better term, but these meanings behind certain vowels and stuff, even with the Spanish language and shit like that, have meanings behind it. So when we're connecting it, the things that we was doing that we was pointing to simple things become over exaggerated things to y'all in today's time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like coming into the West End, coming into the West world. So when you hear Uriel, you don't know how to compare that together. You just think Uriel is an angel. You don't know it's the sun pocket being on the west end to create the western hemisphere. So that'll be the Venus sun. On the east is the Mars sun when the sun is in that position, right? So that'll be Hiram Abiff when the sun is on the east. And when the sun has an east, west, north, south in every particular continent, we all come up with our own concept of that also. But then we generalize it from a Pangean perspective, not Pangea being real, but adding all continents. So far east, where the sun is at coming from in general, the Mars sun, and where it's settled at, on the even grounds, blending the West Sun, right? So then you get this battle between Michael and Uriel that they needed the Native Americans concept to write it down for you to understand what's going on as spiritual warfare. But in the white man mind, it's just cowboy versus Indians. In our mind, it's just we the fallen people and we actually God's children. In your mind, it's just a religion. You think you're getting the Holy Ghost or the Holy Spirit, but you colonize. The end. That's literally the New Testament. I don't give a fuck how you try to read it. Now, for the most part. Then when you get into so the Hebrew language is a constellation of a whole bunch of native. And that's why y'all see them going so hard on this channel. Like, you know what I'm saying? And think about it like this, where we over redundant. Who will be invested into hate? That's why it's a personal vendetta. They're lost in a book that gave them a belief to hate the Native Americans. So the racism go deep into the white man. They hate the Native Americans because they can't be us. So it's like a jealousy thing. So they're trying to erase our history in whatever way that they can do. Whether they're mixing in with other people's culture, because that's what they're doing right now online. People only going to watch people online they fuck with and who they connected with, or if that's their family or whatever the case may be. So when you get other people trolling, right, we're past the days that it's just people that's just randomly being online. We're understanding, okay, this is personal vendetta for a person to exercise it every day and you ain't doing nothing else. Why would you be on somebody's channel, especially with a whole different language, a whole different people, a background? What will be your purpose? So we have no one else to point to, like the whole world right now, have no one else to point to but the government. So now we have to sit here and think, what horniness and perversion is the government constantly in that they think what they're doing is important? Like this. Why is this important to the government? To flood people's channel and do cyber attack. Now, I know why it's important on my channel. They have a deep racism towards Native Americans. So that's when you see history being changed, these AI videos online, things of that nature. Now, if you're a free man, you're not going to get it as much as me. But you'll get it. They just going to play your game because they think that they could kind of still slide you in a little bit with these terms and national terms. But you have to start questioning it. Why is they going so hard? Like, why is you important to them like that? If money and land and things of that nature is what they wanted and they got it, what is the concept of the government that we're dealing with right now to be invested in so much perverted energy? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are there being perverts like that? Because we are all adults. We all have things going on. And 90% of it is funding these individuals. So we have to think, what are they not happy about? You see what I'm saying? And we have to be adults about this. It's because we can't keep allowing these individuals to be in positions like psychologists, NASA, military, politicians, and we seeing how mentally ill they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, they showed their hand so much, it's counterproductive to the point that I wish they would get up here and start talking about this, what they trying to stop. hey guys, we got a government right now where we're getting ready to attack all the people that have been cyber attacked in, or this, that, and third. That now you didn't show too much of your motherfucking hand. You best to not even speak on this because we know this with y'all or whatever the case may be. This is how much they're, you see what I'm saying? Because they trying to put us in situations to have a false fight for something that they can act like they doing something. These are not men. These are not women. So since we're not giving them that, they're regrouping to this. But this don't come with the seed of their old program. Us being mad about something that they could send a coon or use politics to be like, we could save y'all from this. You know what I'm saying? Same way how they've been scheming us with all these taxes and stuff like that. And then to get out of one situation, here come another white boy saying, hey, well, you could do this and this is for $79 something a month and stuff like that. You can stop getting scammed and credit card shit, just bullshit and things of that nature. So this don't necessarily come with that. So they gotta like sweep this up under the rug while still exercising their racism because they getting their spiritual ass kicked. And you ain't even have to be in that line of fire in the first place. Who told y'all that y'all was important? That's the reason. If you gonna want to be important, have a reason to be important about. Stop trying to get important and get attention for not knowing how to deal with money. Stop trying to be important and get attention for just knowing how to make content about judging others and speaking about people's court cases and crimes and shit like that and things. Because a lot. Shout out to all the free man, because Native Americans, we don't deal with this. But let's say you got morality behind your shit. I'm not speaking to y'all if y'all covering hip hop or things of that nature. What I'm saying is, and even though y'all got motivated to do that because it's for the money, get your money. I'm speaking towards these AI channels with white boy and undercover cops, and some of them be real too, but they undercover cops that motivated that to be a thing. So this is how you get the dude who got out of jail like Jake to 90 and stuff like that, right? You get these AI channels trying to motivate y'all to be feds without getting paid for it and shit like that. So you got to keep that in mind. So the white people only know how to come up with concepts of, I'm talented because I know how to judge somebody else, because they only come from an observing position and writing something down. They don't know how to do anything themselves. So it's always going to be a situation where, well, I know how to do something. I can talk about other ethnicities. And when that start not working and everybody starts saying that they're culture vultures and shit like that, now it's getting ready to be some RICO charges or some goddamn shit, because you're not allowing white boy to be in your face. You're not allowing white boy to be a pervert. You're not allowing white boy to domesticate people with perverted thoughts and ideas and concepts and imageries. You're not allowing white boy to just be ignorant and but claim everybody else is doing something wrong and shit like that. When the moment you understand white boys that brought all the negativity and stuff like that, there's getting ready to be some laws or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? That's ridiculous. Anytime we start speaking and we ain't allowing the white boy to be negative and ignorant and being a pervert and like to play with kids and stuff like that, there's a problem with something. We got to start talking about each other again. That's why as Native Americans, we don't do that shit. That's why y'all foreigners, and not just foreigners, y'all freemans, y'all stop that shit. But start training some of these foreigners and freemans that ain't woke up yet. And I got y'all. Y'all know y'all come. This the sacred sanctum ground here. So y'all know we here. Y'all know how we connect. Martin Luther King, best friend, was one of them Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. So you got to keep that in mind and start training this, because this is a tricky world out here right now, and it's like crazy. You know what I'm saying? And people just doing retarded shit. Hold on, I had another point. Hold on, I had another point. Anytime we start speaking and we ain't allowing the white boy to be negative and ignorant and being a pervert. Yeah. Start speaking up. Because they're trying to be making it seem like everybody got to talk about each other and stuff like that. And no, all that ignorant shit and manipulation be coming from the white boy and shit like that. Just like they came over here dirty when they kidnapped the Native American Squanto. They kidnapped the Native American Squanto and sent him to England or something like that, and to teach them. He wasn't up there learning their ways. He was up there teaching them. When they got a whiff of Native American spirituality, they needed that across the world. They start sending us to North Africa, to other parts of the Caribbean and stuff like that, to make people coons. But we was making people spiritual, and the white boy was using that as a way to pay the Native American and to indoctrinate other people, for white boy could use it for other purposes, like colonizing and shit like that. So that's how it seemed like the Native American shit is all over the world, like animism and shit like that, right? Because a lot of y'all might try to say everything is from Africa. No, it ain't. Not even from the pyramid. Y'all, all that, everything in the world is Native American shit. And the only fight is the white man trying to compete with Native American spirit. That's it. Everything else is colonization, or y'all still be talking about that shit. Africa, Palestine, all that is colonized shit. None of y'all still got y'all language and shit that predate colonization. And you could tell if something, how can something be the same? For an example, you will hear Yahlahue, right? And you will see like similar practices. But if the culture had something without the letter J, and the letter J came after, and then we have to compare and contrast. Hey, these similar. This come from Palestine. This come from America. This similar. Then we have to get into another detail. What came first? And if the letter J came after, then whoever come with that letter J is doing the plagiarizing towards whoever didn't have the letter J, but got the similar spiritual system. And that's how you debunk that. Because they'd tell you like Yahuwah and Jehovah. No, the natives interacted. You damn right we interacted with settlers over here learning our ways. They ain't bring their ways over here. The fuck, we don't see no white boy practicing that shit. We don't see no white people practicing none of that shit in that Bible. What the fuck are we talking about here? We see them practicing the side of the government that's explained in the Bible. And we see them slaughtering everybody the way they did the Native Americans is what the story is about. King Philip, Metacomet, he got decapitated. That's what King Philip is about. Esau, Jacob, these was actually Native Americans that was in the military in the 1800s. See, they take that out of history and shit like that from y'all. The whole Bible is made from Native Americans and the settlers trying to learn our ways. So this is where you get that weird energy of them reading books and them still practicing it to this day. So when you hear weird questions of something that you think a person should have family, friends around them to know already, and you online thinking you being a teacher, and they ask you one of them dumbass questions that you know one of their older brothers or something like that would have told them, or whatever the case may be, that's a fed behind that, trying to get information to go against what you just said. So you'll be telling them your plan about something that make good common sense, and they'll be writing it down like this is a character we always need to keep in a trap and make sure it never happened. You know what I'm saying? And so y'all need to even be careful who y'all talking to online. This is fed shit. You know what I'm saying? They go on extreme on my page, and I'm speaking spiritual. And it, for the most part, they thought since my page is spiritual, they could do the highest, the spiritual fashion of the government on me with that all that African shit and the Asian shit and things of that nature. That's copying my shit from here and things of that nature, and just start getting a spiritual ass kicked since then. And ever since then, they've been having a personal animosity towards me for the whole 10 years, doing a whole bunch of illegal shit towards me, like literally illegal, like criminal. And I don't see them going that far with anybody else. I ain't see them go that far with nobody else. I talk to other content creators and stuff like, y'all don't go that far. Y'all went too far. And I'm not even involved in that shit that other people be involved. That's bullshit, Dan. I don't trust no form of government. Nothing. Nobody's kids around me. Nothing. No. Nobody's parents. Nothing. Nobody's grandparents, nothing. Aunties, uncles, nothing. Hell fucking no. That's fucking ignorant as fuck. Fuck wrong with you? So fucking human. You don't practice that shit on good people. I don't know you. You ain't no person personally in my motherfucking life to be building no personal vendetta. I don't know you. I don't know what the fuck y'all spooky think y'all got lost in y'all fucking mind. Y'all mind y'all own fucking business. Don't be jumping on people's pages year after year, making everybody who watch and the actual content creator feel like government have personal vendettas towards singling the motherfuckers out. What kind of shit y'all on? Don't talk about nothing on these news channels. Don't even think. Stop talking about all that shit. Take that shit offline or take that shit off networking. Y'all ain't got shit to talk about, especially if it ain't about this. And the moment you start talking about this, you exposing your hand again. Everything is non-mount and void. You're no examples. You're no representation for anything. Not where our money's supposed to go towards, not our sexualities, not our religion, not how we're supposed to be raising these kids. And you talk like high school crackheads. You have no right. No right. Get the fuck on. You the stinking ass, ugly men talking who ain't nothing. Don't even speak about war. If you ain't gonna go punch that person in the face in the other country or whatever, Sit your old ass the fuck down. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. We looking at your character now. Shut the fuck up. Stop talking. Go somewhere and shut the fuck up. Get off networks. You have nothing to talk about. Or just talk to your people. Or let those networks run somewhere else on another continent that it's only helping their cultures and y'all cultures anyway. Ain't shit helping my culture or my people. The fuck? Fuck on with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? All y'all did in history was eat my people. Motherfuckers sitting around actually eating people. Fuck out of here. You ain't got nothing to tell me intelligent. Not on the punk ass news channel, not online or nothing, and all you can exercise is racism. You have nothing to bring to the table. Nothing. At all. You're a fucking kid. But other than that, like I said, when it comes into the Hebrew language, right? That's just a bastardized of all the Native American languages that's over here and stuff, mixing one gumbo pot to be able to utilize and colonize the world, which is why the Abrahamic religion have been extended to Christianity, Hebrew Israelism, and all that other stuff as the go-to religion for Briticana to still do colonizing and play these plagiarized words that don't make the image and go to the Great Spirit in your mind and go to some Jesuit or some Mason or something like that. And then based upon the necessities they put your external life in, these are the things that you end up praying to. And if that Jesuit pick you out and start to play your specific God, they're going to take you through ups and downs, smiles and frowns, and then be somewhere sitting like, this is what I'm doing with my child. And you need to understand that. And I love all y'all from the bottom of my heart. Flight boss, bitch, you know. For sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Antares Moon. I am the Royal Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And we get to heaven in this motherfucking shit. We don't play around in the spirit world at all. At all.